Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something slightly different. I have the brand new DJI Osmo Action camera and we're going to be checking it out. Right, so here we go. This is the packaging for the new DJI Osmo Action. I kind of got this because I've had a GoPro for some time. I've actually had a GoPro Hero 4 in silver, which is kind of very outdated by now, and I really needed an up-to-date action camera for just trips coming up and that kind of thing. So when I saw that DJI had released one, and I am a very big fan of the Mavic, so I thought might as well go for it. It was cheaper than the similar spec'd GoPro, so it had a few benefits which I will be showing you, so we can have a quick look at that now. So here is the little beauty. So I've already opened this up just to make it a bit easier. It's not in there right now, obviously. I'll show you why in a minute. In the box, we get a few interesting things, and they're in here, which I've kind of... Hang on, I'm going to have to do a cut. Okay, I didn't have enough hands to do that. So in here, we have a few little bits. This is basically just a box that the battery comes in. And then here we have just a few little sticky mounts, which you can place in... I mean, wherever you want, really. That one's kind of a little curved one, and this is just a round one. I don't really have any use for them, but I can see why people would like. You could put that on a car, or you could put it absolutely anywhere, really. So, really useful. And the reason there is no camera in the box is because I am using it to film with. And the picture quality, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. So this camera has a bunch of different modes to shoot in, and the one we're currently using is just a 1080p HDR setting. I'm only doing 1080p because this video is only going to be rendered in that, so there's no point really filming in 4K, but the camera does do full 4K quality. So if we have a look at the back of the box, you can see that it does in fact have a dual screen, which we will be looking at in a bit, which is one of the best features about this camera. It records in HDR 4K, which is absolutely beautiful. It's waterproof, which is a massive improvement from my last GoPro. 4K EIS, I have no idea what that is. It does 60p in 4K, and it goes a lot higher in other resolutions, so we can get some really cool slow-mo on the go, and also in 1080p it does 8 times slow-mo, which is, yeah, pretty damn cool. So here's a bit of a closer look at the Osmo Action, and it's actually just really nice. The quality is absolutely solid. I feel like I'm not going to be breaking this anytime soon. I actually do think it feels a little bit better than the GoPro equivalent, and because it's waterproof, it is, well, it's built like a tank basically. Now there's a couple of cool little features that I want to mention before we kind of get into having a look at it on and working. First of which is this little lens, which unlike GoPro, you can actually unscrew and remove, which means you can put little ND filters on there, or perhaps they might release some different types of lenses. So that's something that is, yeah, really quite interesting and kind of gives this camera a little bit more life than a regular GoPro. I've currently just got it housed in the mount that it comes with. This is just on a quick little release strap, and then if you just push that out, that is the camera all by itself. Now I have already mentioned this once, but one of my favorite features of this camera is when we turn it on. I'm not sure you can actually see this. I think we're going to have to go inside for this next bit because it's a bit sunny out here and I want to show you the screen. Okay then, we're inside now, so we should be able to see this a little bit better. Hopefully that's vaguely in focus. So when we turn it on, we'll see that there is a really big, nice screen on the back, which is in 16:9 aspect ratio, which makes filming just super easy, and it is a really lovely quality screen as well. But as I have previously mentioned, one of my favorite things about this camera is by double pressing this button on the side, you can then activate, if you give it a minute. Hang on. Okay, that's my bad. You have to hold the button down, not double press it. Basically, activates the front screen, which means you can do proper selfie recordings, which is a massive improvement over GoPro. And I'm pretty sure that the next GoPro is definitely going to have this feature because it makes a massive difference. While we're here, might as well also mention the buttons on the side. We've got a little quick select button here, which when we press it, hang on, we probably should switch back to the back screen. There we go. It takes us through all the different modes. So just by pressing, we've got video, HDR video, what's that, slow motion, time lapse, and then picture modes. And you can kind of customize them and make your own profiles. On the top, we have the recording button, which when this is all powered off, if you press that once, it will go straight into recording, or you can change that setting so that you press it once and it takes a picture. So this is like really customizable, which is, yeah, really useful. And then this button here is just power. So if we turn that off quickly, I'll show you what's just inside this little side compartment. This is where you keep the SD card. It's all totally waterproof, and then that is just the little USB adapter. Unfortunately, at the moment, this can't take any kind of external microphone, unlike my current GoPro can. So that is a bit of a pain, but luckily the mics on it are pretty good. So then, I think the last thing that I want to do is get my old GoPro and basically have a compare. This is the Hero 4 Silver, so this is massively out of date, so this thing is probably just going to absolutely destroy it. So we'll go outside, do a bit more filming, and then take a look at how both of these two compare. Okay then, so here is the test between the GoPro Hero 4 and the new Osmo Action. I'm currently filming with the Osmo Action, entirely using the microphones on it. It's kind of got some wind reduction, which is currently on, so it's making it sound a little bit better than it might be outside otherwise. We also have the GoPro Hero 4 recording at the same time, so we can pretty much see the exact difference. You can hear the sound difference and you can see the picture difference. Now, of course, one of the best things about the Osmo Action compared to this GoPro is that it has the front screen, which means recording myself right now is a hell of a lot easier. Whereas the GoPro, I'm just kind of pointing in my direction and hoping. Whereas, well, here, I can totally see that I'm perfectly in line with the lens. Now, these are both recording in 1080p 30 right now, so they do both have a 4K setting, which we won't be testing out because there's not really any point, because I don't render anything in 4K. So this is the kind of little bench line I'm going to be setting for myself. I think the next thing to do is going to be to up the frame rate so we can see a little bit of slow-mo and see how well both of these cameras can deal with that. So basically, as you can see from that, the slow-mo doesn't even really compare. Now, let's take into account that is a GoPro Hero 4 Silver, so it is massively out of date, even for like when I first bought it. But it did 720p up to, what was it, 120 frames per second, whereas this can do 1080p to something like 640 or something like that, plus the 8x slow-mo. So yeah, this is kind of a different beast entirely. Now, there is one more trick that this camera has up its sleeve, which is absolutely beautiful, and I'm about to show you. It's called Rock Steady. So then the basic idea of Rock Steady is that whenever you're moving, it's going to completely steady out all of the footage and kind of take out any impacts from walking or bumps from driving, absolutely anything, leaving you with this really smooth, nice footage. Now, just as a comparison, this is pretty much the exact same pace, me walking the exact same, but without Rock Steady on. So you can now see that it's absolutely completely different. Rock Steady makes a massive difference. And just to kind of enforce that a bit further, I'll just do this and then I'll put Rock Steady on so you can kind of basically see just the difference it makes. So yeah, exact same thing. Rock Steady is now on, so you can see how smooth it is. I don't even really need to explain it any more than that. So then guys, there we go. That was a quick little look at the DJI Osmo Action camera. It's a really nice little camera and I am very happy with it. The picture quality is beautiful and it's rugged and it's just got so much potential. Very happy. Definitely recommend it.